Alrighty, we're here. And I'm just awaiting the 8 o'clock time clock here. 59 is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. Alrighty, this is K4PEW with them on Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Very good. If you have an emergency, please call 911. And if you can't do that, or for some reason don't have a phone, your phone's not working, you can use us we'll call 911 for you, or we'll do help in any way we can. We may break the net for any time for emergency stuff. For more information on us, that you can go to YouTube right now and look up in the search block K4PEW. That's Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. That'll bring my channel right up, or our channel as the case is. And you can see and hear the net here. You can also go to our website, not to see the net, but to look at information on Simplex and our club. And that's on 146.415.net, 146.415.net. You can also go to our groups.io, that's the groups.India Oscar page, and sign up for email. Or you can email me directly at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. We conduct the net on 146.415 FM Simplex, in case you happen to be off frequency, or you're watching it and you can't figure out where I am, which should be kind of easy because it's right on the face of the dial there. Hold on. Hello. 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 I'm not on my ear. It doesn't make any sense. Hold on. I'll get there one second. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, that sounds better. I'm going to start all over. It's K4PEW. I had the antenna switch in the wrong position, which is really not cool, but that's what I get for having an antenna switch. Anyway, this is Paul Wolozinski at K4PEW Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net, and that's 2 times in a row I've done that. Emergency traffic can be done at any time. Please just jump in, and we'll help you if you can't call 911. We'll help you either way. And you can see us on YouTube right now on K4PEW channel. Just do it in the search block, K4PEW, or you can go to Yahoo Groups. And that's not Yahoo Groups, but groups.io, groups.io, and you can see us there under the term MJSS. So you just do a search for those 4 letters. Or you can email me at K4PEW@ARRL.net. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock, I think I said. And we conduct the net on 146.415. Purpose of the net is to have fun, to figure out who we can hear and see if I can make my station work without messing up with the switches on my antennas, and to help operators do better. And it seems to have worked out pretty well, because we got about 100 people on the mailing list, and we've got anywhere from 25 to 40 or so people checking in twice a week. That's not always the same people, which is kind of cool. So I really don't know how many, because I don't keep track of how many. We don't really have any rules about who has to check in when or why or whatever. You can sit back and listen if you choose. Well, you may be missed. I don't know if you think it's more fun to participate, but you can listen here on YouTube, or you can listen on the radio if you can hear us. But hearing us, I'm sure there are just lurkers, as I call them, who just listen, and they can try to figure out if they can hear me, but they can't hear I'm talking to. It means there's something wrong with, not necessarily wrong, but their antenna is not able to hear it for some reason, whether it's an elevation issue, it's an antenna being good issue, or one of those two, or both. So sorry about the slight interruption earlier. Tonight is it's Happy 4th of July. That's why I just wanted to start out. And we meet, of course, on 146.415. We also be followed by a buy-sell swap and swindle net immediately following that. And then we do the 2-meter upper sideband net on 144.240. That's 144.240, 2 meters upper sideband. Of course, kind of the 144.240 gives away 2 meters. And then we go to the 6 meter net on upper sideband on 50.135, 50.135. Announcements, I don't really think I have any other than next Saturday. I believe we're going to be putting together, and I'll let you know through notifications on the group's site about meeting up for a picnic again. It seems like more and more people are getting messed up with at least Tennessee. I don't know, Tennessee. Nashville went to mandatory masks, I believe, and anyway, I don't know what we're going to do about that. But we have a good time there anyway. We don't have to get close to each other in the park, which is kind of nice, and that's the reason we chose the park. The last 2 times we've met them. And that would be next Saturday, and that we meet at 8 o'clock at Charlie Daniels Park, and it's I think it's get it straight here. It's 4. Michael, isn't it 4? Isn't 4 the number of the pavilion?
5.
It is 5. Hold on. I'm glad you answered because it wasn't loud enough. You said it was 5?
Yeah, it's Pavilion 5, right behind the farmer's market.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to keep saying it's 4, but anyway, it's 5, and it's at right behind the farmer's market. But the parking is a little farther down the drive, so you have to either bring your moped. It's not really that far. It's probably a 100-yard walk from the parking to the pavilion. Anyway, we'd love to have everybody there. You don't have to bring anything unless you want to bring your own coffee or your own breakfast. We just usually bring coffee and donuts and let her go. But actually, I'd like to know. I'll probably be asking for RSVP. Coffee costs money to bring over there, and I just want to make sure it's for more than 4 people, like we did last Saturday. Anyway, in other words, we spent I guess spent $5 a piece for the coffee. So anyway, not that that's terrible, but I just want to make sure we have more people show up, or less coffee to show up with. And let's see, I don't think I have any more announcements other than tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. there is a 10 meter net on this, not on this frequency, but on 28.415. It's 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, 28.415. I'll get it straight. 28.415 upper sideband on 10 meters at 7:30 tomorrow night. And any other announcements you're going to get are going to get them on the automatically on the system on that groups.io where we send out announcements for the Tuesday. There's Tuesday night Simplex stuff going on, and there's a Thursday night Simplex thing going on, and there's also a Wilson County Amateur Radio Club thing going on, and of course the reminders for the Saturday nets and also the Saturday breakfast when that applies. Does anybody have any questions or further announcements or clarifications? Nothing heard. Man, you're gonna have to call me, Michael, and verify I got my switch in the right position.
Don't worry, I'll let you know, Paul.
Now, next time, call me ahead of time to make sure. I thought I had everything ready. My wife said, "You sure you're ready?" I said, "Yes, of course I'm ready." She goes, "Well, you remember what happened last time?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm ready," and I wasn't ready. Anyway, tonight was net number 602 at 602. And tonight we're starting from the north. We do what we call, not that it's a new thing, but it's a lightning round check-ins where you give your name, your call first, and then your name, and then your location. Call, name, location, if we can get that right. CNN, call, name, and location. And we appreciate everyone who checks in. We normally get, I think the last few nets, we've got anywhere from 30 to 35 or so. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you get something out of it. And if you don't show up. No, I'm kidding. You can show up if you anytime you want to. You don't even have to check in. So, but we like you to check in. I like to know you're there. Okay, we're taking check-ins today, starting from the north. Please come now.
KM4KXA, Robert in Goodlettsville.
All right, we do have Robert in Goodlettsville. Good signal tonight, Robert. Gets Kilo November 4, Kilo X-Ray Alpha. Who else is north?
Kilo, Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo, Frank, and Mount Juliet.
Very good. Then we got Frank, and he's Mount Juliet, but it's north, kind of more northwest Wilson. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo. Who else is north? Anybody else north? All righty, we'll move over to the west then.
Kilo November 4, Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot, Rick, Ashland City. Hey,
Rick, you sound really good tonight. Conditions are good for you.
Yeah, man, you sound a lot better here here too, man. That's awesome. I like it.
Yeah, when I'm hooked up to the right antenna.
Well, you know, stuff happens sometimes.
Yeah, I know it. Well, very good. That's Rick. He's in Ashland City with a good signal, quite a distance west of me. Everybody west should be able to hear him. And I'm not sure everybody east can hear him, but the signals are good tonight. Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot in Ashland City. Appreciate you being there, Rick, from so far away. Who else is west?
KM4YRS, Mike in Belshire.
Yeah, all right. Very good, Michael. Appreciate you calling me. Talking to dead air forever if you didn't call me. That's Kilo November 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Belshire. Who else is west? Please come in.
KG4 CXC, Chris and Dalton.
Hello, Chris. And that's Chris and Donaldson, who's working at a handicap with an indoor antenna, but he's got a brand new Yaesu 991A radio he's having fun figuring out. Making any headway?
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of features, and I'm still in the manual. It's extensive.
Okay, that's rule number. I told you, this is rule number 1 in ham radio. Never tell people you read the manual. You know, it just tends to make you look smart.
No, there's too many abbreviations. I got to figure out what those abbreviations are, and that's really the gist of it. But yeah, it's fun.
I know it is. Abbreviations are different in every area of expertise. You know, what it means in one thing does not necessarily mean what it means in something else. You know that you said you had the oh gosh, I forget what you called that. When you were talking the other night about it, AA. Let me think what that was. AS. Another. What would you say was an A something in software?
I don't know. Autonomous system number?
No, it was. There was an. I found another acronym what it meant, and it was an ASA, and another stupid acronym.
Adaptive Security Appliance. Yep. Cisco ASA.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. And I looked it up. I was looking for what it meant because you didn't say because you were talking to another IT guy, and I just assumed you meant another stupid acronym.
That's perfect. It might as well be.
That's right. All right. Anyway, that was Chris in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo, and they were having a QSO with another IT guy, and they were like speaking a foreign language. I'm sure that everybody was listening to him. Who else is west? Please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha, Whiskey Echo, John in Bellevue.
Yeah, very good, John. You're doing fine. You got finished with your filming today?
Yeah, I literally just pulled in the driveway. I haven't even started unloading equipment. But it's just nice to be in air conditioning.
Oh man, you must have been blistering today outside. Were you outside all day?
Yeah, I was shooting outside, but I was in shade all the time. Because I learned a long time ago to take these big 10-foot diameter umbrellas on light stands and sandbags with me to put over me.
Oh, they're not for the customer. They're for you.
Yeah, it's the same things you see utility guys using.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. That's a good move because otherwise you'd bake, and so would your equipment for that matter.
Well, you got to keep the camera cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe you need a water-cooled camera.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet, but I'm no doubt somebody's done it.
Yeah, I'm sure they. Well, maybe they have. Maybe they have. And maybe in the Middle East. Anyway, that's John. Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo. He was out on a photo shoot today, somewhere on a ranch or a farm, I think. But anyway, Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo, and he's in Bellevue. Who else is west? Anybody else west of Mount Juliet? All righty, we'll go south then. Please come down.
November 1, Mike Delta Juliet, Michael. Go Yankee Juliet, Jim in Woodbury.
Hold on, Jim. We had, I think I got, I'm not sure what Michael was doing over there in Mount Juliet here, but I think he was on an HT. Is that you, Michael, N1 MDJ? Ah, very good. Michael on an HT here in just west of Providence, a couple miles. That's November 1, Mike Delta Juliet. And he's here in Mount Juliet on HT. Who else? Oh, Jim, I think I heard you know. KE4, TYJ. Hey, by the way, you know, I saw Valkyrie Park today where I went to pick up some food. It was the first time I saw one other than yours.
Where was it? Where was he at? And what color was
It was black, and it was right here at Panda Restaurant, right at the corner here on Mount Juliet Road in Pleasant Grove.
Very good. Yeah, they have a distinct look to them. I just love the way a Valkyrie looks. I enjoyed mine. But anyways, I'm gonna let you get back to the lightning round. This is KE4TYJ down here in Woodbury.
Yeah, the Valkyries look mean.
I don't know about mean, but they look good.
Yeah, no, they look like a rock solid, biker's bike. Anyway, that was Jim. He's in Woodbury, and that's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. If you're having trouble hearing Jim, he's on a beam pointed pretty much toward me because he has a 10-element beam, being so 35 or so miles away from me, and in an odd location. Well, it's a unique location down there. And so if you're off to the east too far or off to the west too far, you're probably not going to copy Jim. But he's got a great signal to me, with the beam. And anywhere he points to, he gets a great signal with the 50-watt radio. Anyway, who else is south?
Kilo 4 uniform April Sierra.
Very good, Carl. I got you, and I think there was a double, but that's Carl in Gladeville. Kilo 4 uniform Tango Sierra. Who else? Was there anybody else in there?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Very good. Got Larry in there, who is in Rockville. That's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Good signal again, Larry. And Carl, yours was good too. I think you covered up Larry's. That's what happened. Was there another one in there?
BF4 BX.
Are you using low power tonight, Eddie?
Front porch portable, running about 1 watt.
Oh man, just trying to freak everybody out, man. That's Eddie in Gladeville, sitting on the front porch with his HT on 1 watt. He's a couple 3 miles from me, but again, my signal, he's close enough that I don't have any problem hearing him. I doubt. Carl, did you hear Eddie? Yo, Carl. Carl went to go get coffee. Anyway, there's not too many people are going to hear you there at 1 watt. Who else is south?
Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee Bill Murfreesboro.
Hello, Bill. Good to have you in there. Good signal. Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee. Who else is? And he's in Murfreesboro. Who else is south? Anybody south, please come in. Anybody east, please come in.
Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. James in Mount Juliet.
All right, I got you in there, James. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India here in Mount Juliet. Just a little bit east of the library. That's the top of well, it's kind of a big hill here in Mount Juliet. You get out of breath climbing that thing. Who else is south, east, excuse me?
KI4SIB, Richard in Lebanon. KI4SOR, Stephanie in Lebanon.
All righty, we got Stephanie and some other dude. I think his name is Richard. It's KI4SOR, who's Stephanie, and KI4SIB, and that's Richard. They're just a little bit east of downtown Lebanon. Good to have you both in there. Who else east? Anybody there east?
Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform.
Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform. I believe that's Steve, is it not?
Yes, sir. Steven out here between Mount Juliet and Lebanon.
Okay, yeah. I think I asked you that before. You prefer Steven, don't you?
That's a Roger on that.
Yeah, no, that's good. You know how it is with names. I've always had a habit. It's funny. I've always had a habit of if somebody tells me a nickname, I use it. But if somebody doesn't, I tend to use their full given name. If it's Richard, I tend to say Richard and not Rick or Rich, even if somebody else calls him Rich, unless they tell me, no, I'd rather call him. Anyway, good to know that, Stephen. And he's over here on the east side of Mount Juliet, between here and by 109. Kilo Oscar for Charlie Victor uniform. Get my letters straight there. Who else is east? All right, Stan. That's Stan in Lebanon, over there just north of downtown Lebanon. That's Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Anybody else east? Anybody else anywhere, any place? Please come down. I think I heard. I think is that your voice there, Scott?
Kilo 1 Sugar Papa Delta. Yes.
Ah, very good. Your signal's a little low tonight. Is something different going on? I guess not. Scott, were you listening to me? I said I couldn't. Your signal seems a little low tonight.
Well, maybe that's why nobody can hear me during the contest.
I don't know. No, it's just I can hear you. The audio is just a little low. So I wasn't looking at the serial thing again. I mean the serial. Looking at the screen there. Hit me again with the. Just give me a call back and I'm looking.
Hold on 1 second. Let me change the mic.
Okay, yeah, no, you were 50 over here, so I don't think there's a problem with your radio signal. Something with the audio is messed up. Anyway, I'll just come back to me. But is there anybody else anywhere late? Any other late check-ins before we move on?
Is that audio any different now?
Maybe just a little. It's a little richer, but I don't know that it's any louder. I mean, I don't remember what radio it had, but it sounds like it just needs a bigger boost on the audio side because the signal is great. I mean, it's like I said, it's 50 over.
All right. Well, I went to the hand mic.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I don't know if what the mic gain is or any of that, but I don't know what options you have in that radio. It's just I remember your signal, your audio used to be much better. Is why I'm even asking.
Must be all those fireworks behind me interfering with the antennae.
I don't know. All that smoke should be ionizing the atmosphere.
I'll let you have at it. Okay, what else do you?
Very good. That was Scott in Laverne. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Does anybody else notice a difference in the audio there where the signal's great, but the audio is a little low? Or is it just me?
I did too, Paul.
Okay, very good. I just thought I hate to malign somebody's audio without somebody seconding the opinion, yeah? All right. Do we have any other late or check-ins from the lurkers, lollygaggers, and sandbaggers? Haven't said that in a long time. I know it's July 4th celebration. Many people with their families out blowing fingers off their hands tonight. I know we used to do that with my 3 sons, but they're all big boys now, 35, 45, and 50. So they can blow off their own fingers and their children's fingers by themselves. Who else? Anybody else? Late check-ins? All righty. Well, then we need to go into the buy, sell, swap, and swindle. I want to get that early. We often do that later after one of the upper sideband nets, and I think some people are able to drop out. If you're not on the mailing list and you're in the market for well, you still got your antenna for sale, that 10, 11 meter antenna, John? Well, I'm going to presume he does. He must have stepped away from the mic. John had a 1200 amp power supply, as well as not power supply, but 1200 watt power supply. I think I know the difference after all these years, considering I used to work as an electrician. 1200 watt power supply. I believe that's what it was. And you can look on the groups.io site. If you look under in the messages, you'll see that he has a 1200 watt power supply, as well as a 10, 11 meter antenna. And I know the other amp and tuner were sold. So if you need any of those, have at it. You can go look on there or just ask me or email me and I'll send you the copy of the thing. Is anybody else that they have anything they want to sell?
4AWE.
There you are. You still got that 10/11 meter antenna for sale, and I think that the 1200 watt amplifier, right?
Yeah, the ALS 1306, the 1200 watt solid state amp is still available, and there's only one antenna left. It's the Comet 4-element 6-meter Yagi.
Comet 4-element 6-meter Yagi. All right. Well, we've been doing 6-meter events, so anybody interested in that? Did you already list a price on that Yagi?
Well, I can't remember. I knocked it way down. I think they sell new. It's for about $130. Seems like I've checked the list. I think I have it pretty low, like maybe 60 or 70 or something like that. So it's sort of a no-brainer, good deal for somebody.
Oh, I hear you. Did you see there was how many element on the 6-meter?
It's 4-element. It's in fact, I've still got it up on a test stand, only because I haven't put up my big M squared yet. It's the gain figures it quotes, and I sort of believe it because I've worked several countries with it, and but it's very lightweight. It's got wing nuts, so it disassembles pretty quickly.
4 elements, awesome on 6 meters.
Yeah, and it's got a. If somebody's interested, they ought to just take a look on Comet's website, or you can Google it after you see my listing. It's got a really interesting 2-driven elements, which makes it so broadbanded. It covers almost, I think I've got it under 1.2 for about a 2 megahertz. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, you do have it listed as $60. It lists originally for 130 and in good shape. Sounds good. Somebody needs a 4-element 6-meter antenna for $60. It sounds like a bargain to me. Anyway, if anybody's interested, contact John. He's listed in QRZ, and your email's good on QRZ, right?
Yes, and I think I put the contact information also on the IO listing.
Yeah, you did. And if anybody needs a copy of that, they can either go to the message section of the groups.io site for MJSS, or they can ask me to just email it and forward it to them. All right. Does anybody else have anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle here? Hey, Scott, go ahead.
I still got that folded dipole, 10 meters through 40, 33 feet long, $45 shipped, homemade. And then I have a professionally made gap mono 20 meter vertical. And that one's $85 with no shipping. Pickup only.
Yeah, all right, very good. Gap 20-meter vertical. It's a 20 single band antenna. It's $85. And then there was a homemade folded dipole. It's a 10 through 40 meters, 33 feet in total length, and it's $45. And of course, that folded dipole has a balun built into it.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 long, maybe. Yeah, it's balanced. It's a direct feed, just has a coax connector. It's 50 ohms.
Oh, that folded dipole is a direct connect. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I was just double checking to see what the scoop was on that. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to buy or sell? Again, a 20-meter vertical for $85, and a 10 through 40 meter for it's 33 feet long and it's $45. And that was Scott, K1SPD, and your email's good on QRZ?
Oh,
Yep, it's good on QRZ, and it's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Anybody else? All right, nothing heard. And we can move on to we have a relatively small group tonight with 19 or so. Is there any other check-ins now? They're all out shooting fireworks behind my house. I hear a lot of stuff going off. And sure, nobody else, right?
W4 Delta Tango Charlie, David here in Gallatin, just walked in.
All right, very good. Okay, got to learn, David. There are no rules here. You never have to apologize. If you check in early, check in late, or you don't check in at all. You're always there's just no rule. But glad to have you here. That's David in Gallatin. That's Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. It's good to have you here. Great signal. Yeah, you missed the fact that I was connected to the wrong antenna for most of the preamble, so you missed that fun. Anybody else late check-ins? All right. Was there somebody there, or was I just jump in too soon?
No, that was me. I missed Michael's call in Mount Juliet.
Michael. Oh, November 1, Mike Delta Juliet.
Roger, thank you.
Yep, that's N1MDJ. Yeah, he was on an HT. You couldn't hear him, could you?
Yeah, I'm still here, Paul.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I was asking Michael, who's over there in Belshire, and he could hear you on your handheld.
Oh, really?
Well, he's got the same antenna I do, so he's got no excuse, I guess.
I heard him just say, oh, really? I'm fixing to switch my truck radio over to the 144 240. Paul,
Yeah, hold on one second, Richard. You fixing to do what, Michael? Move something on your truck?
I said, y'all are fixing to do the 144, 240. I'm going to try that on my mobile rig tonight.
All right, that'd be great. That'd be great. Richard, you had something?
Yeah, Scott has got the folded dipole. Is his, give me his call sign is what I want you to do. Get it out of my head here. Hang on just a second.
Well, you got a pencil handy? All right. We need to have a advertisement break here. Dun, 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 dun. Who's next? Go ahead, Richard.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and give me a call if you don't care.
It is Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. That's Scott.
Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Okay. I'll call him about that folded dipole.
All right, sounds good. That's why we're here, is try to get that stuff moving along. Anybody else have anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle, or lay check-ins?
Hey, Paul, one thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Is this Michael?
Yes, I just want to say happy 4th of July to all.
Oh, yeah, Michael relays a happy 4th of July to all, and we got fireworks going off all over my neighborhood here because they took the fireworks away from Walmart, which is only a quarter mile away from here, and they moved it up to the Little League Park up on Lebanon Road, so I don't get to look at that. Well, I guess I could stand out in the yard and maybe watch a little bit of it, but we used to have it right here, about 1,500 feet from the house, so it was kind of cool. All righty. Any other check-ins, comments, sales, or you want to buy some?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, that Bellevue station sounds like it's next door. I just want to compliment them. I know I'm on the other side of the world, but Bellevue station early on the check-in sounds wonderful.
Oh yeah, he's also got that same antenna I do, the that Diamond X700, and it's a good signal because of there's good conditions tonight, but it also overcomes a fairly big hill that's between him and you and me. It's just east of Bellevue and south of Nashville.
Wonderful. X700. I'll write it down. KK4UTS on the side.
Yeah, okay. And I'm a Diamond does not do loans, so if you got the $390, it's all yours.
Loans put me out of business. I had too much credit. See, I was one of those people that were raised that having good credit, but now I'm going to have good cash.
Yeah, that's why I'm a thousandaire.
I'm going to catch up with you. I'm about a buccaneer. But anyway, KK4UTS.
All right, very good. Yeah, there's millionaires and then there's thousandaires like myself. All righty. Any other comments or stuff before we move on to the 2-meter upper sideband? Let everybody get back to their family. Well, very good. I don't have anything other than I know there's been a lot of banter on the airwaves recently. I've heard it elsewhere as well as on this frequency about all the crazy stuff that's going on in the United States and elsewhere for that matter, but it's a bigger deal to us here. And if you have any doubts about, and again, I'm saying this as the President of the United States, I want you to just go on the web and look for his speech that he gave at Mount Rushmore Friday night. And if that doesn't tell the whole story and what he says, or at least it did to me, let's put it that way. You can make your own judgments. We told a great speech about the events now, a long time ago, and as we're moving forward here. So just do that for me. It was a great speech. It really was. I was impressed. I read it rather than listen to it. Sometimes Trump is hard to listen to, but in this case, I'll have to go back and listen to it as well. Anyway, I'm going to move over to the 144.240 upper sideband on 2 meters, and I'll see everybody there unless anybody has a comment at the moment. All right, I'm going over to 144.240. QSY there now, K4P then. All righty, I'm on 144.240. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the on Juliet Simplex Radio Net on the upper sideband portion. Who's in there from where was I starting? In north, please come out.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo.
Sound really good there, Frank. Who else north?
74 Delta Tango Charlie. David again here.
Very good, David in Lebanon. It is Kilo 4. I can't even get I was writing about something else while you're saying your call, so sorry about that, David. I just want to make sure I had the call right. Yeah, it's W4 Delta Tango Charlie. For some reason, I wanted to put Kilo in there. Who else? North, please come down. North or west?
AM4, wow, that's Mike and Belfast.
All right, we got Mike and Belshire with a good signal as well. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Who else is west?
KG4 CXE Chris and Dalton.
You feel better now having sideband, Chris?
Absolutely, but there's more options on sideband that I have to figure out. It's worse than FM.
Well, that's right. There are all kinds of, but you sound great. You see how you can actually see how good a 2-meter signal sounds on sideband. It sounds pretty smooth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, it's not as good as FM, but you can really get out good on 2-meter sideband. I mean, it's just a nice option to have to know that you can operate in 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and all the other bands on sideband. All right, very good. Who else is west? Please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha, Whiskey Echo, John and Belgium.
Very good, John. Your signal is weaker on sideband tonight than it was on FM. I mean, much weaker.
Yeah, I had the settings set up wrong in it. It should be a little better now.
Oh, now it's much better, much better. I had to let you know because it sounded like you just dropped your power by 50%. All right, well, very good. That's John in Bellevue. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Who else is west? I'm hearing you in there. It's a little muffled on that signal, Michael. Are you doing something different on that one? Michael, you hearing me all right? I hear your audio very well, although it sounds like you're being held hostage and you got your mouth a little bit muffled.
Yeah, everybody's voice sounds distorted. I'm not sure what's going on with my radio.
You may be off frequency. Which are you using at 857?
I'm on 144,240 and I'm on upper sideband, but I'm also getting a weird feedback.
Well, do this for me. You might, as we talk, try to move the dial around on that 240. I mean, on the 144, 240, and see if it comes in clearer for you. All right, very good. That was Michael, M1 and N1 MDJ. He's got an 857 in the vehicle, and he was on the 2 meters, I think, for the first time. And that's one of the things that I had the same problem with being off frequency on my I forget it was 857 or 897, similar issue where it wasn't on the same frequency as everybody else. Who else is, where was I? South or east?
Does it sound any different?
Hold on one second. Michael, what did you say? Did you fix it?
I don't think this is working well. I'll try something else. Thanks. N1 MDJ.
Yeah, no, that was much better on the audio, Michael. Did you catch that, Michael? Much better on the audio.
Okay, copy that. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Who else was in there? Please come now. There was a double in there, and I had Michael, but go ahead.
K1SP.
Hey, very good. You have a real good, strong audio on the sideband.
No, I'm thinking it's the headset. It's not an FM headset, I don't think.
I got you. It's more for contesting and sideband, right?
Probably so. And that last fellow, Michael, the signal or the audio straightened itself out, sound much better.
Oh yeah, I noticed it was almost instantaneous. I'll have to ask him what he did there. That was Scott in Laverne, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Who else is south or east? Well, since you ain't in the Army no more, we don't care if you're late.
Okay, I'm just glad and happy I was able to show up.
Yeah, very good, Earl. We're glad to have you here. It's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, and I'll even check you into the 2 meter FM net if you want to come back there later. And even if you don't want to come back later, I'm putting you in. All right.
Sounds like playing late.
All right, that was Earl, and he's in Noreen, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Anybody else south or east? Nothing. We're going to match up. I think we did 9 the last time we did the sideband, but there was 9. Any other late check-ins, lollygaggers, lurkers, or sandbaggers? Yeah. Is that a signal? Got nothing. I can hear a lot of fireworks. So I have a lot of interruptions in my background here. Well, very good. We had 9. I'm going to start back with Earl, who's at the bottom of the list, and work my way up the top. That's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. It's Earl and Noreen. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta Scott, who is in Laverne, and Michael N1 MDJ. And the signal sounded great once it got straightened out. That's November 1 Mike Delta Juliet here in east of Mount Juliet. Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo John in Bellevue, and Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo Chris in Donaldson with his brand spanking new radio. It's the first time he's been on the sideband, I believe, unless you were messing around between yesterday and today. He got the radio yesterday, by the way. And then Chris, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie, that was who I just mentioned, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo, Chris and Laverne, and we've got Michael, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Belshire. We got Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie, David in, where the heck are you in, David? David's in Gallatin, right?
Yeah, Gallatin.
Yeah, very good. Sometimes things escape my memory there. Anyway, and then we got Frank in Northwest Wilson and Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo, and then we've got me, K4PEW, here in Mount Juliet at the center of this crazy activity. 9 chickens, not a monstrous amount, but would you go ahead and mount, Michael, would you announce on the FM thing about moving over to the other frequency, the 6 meter, the 50.135?
Roger, will do.
Very good. We're going to move over there now. For those of you who are here on 6 meters, that's 50.135, and we'll see you over there. K4PEW. Sure happens a lot faster. Hold on. Yep, sure happens a lot faster when you're, I think I got that thing hooked up right. How are we doing? How's my signal out there? Anybody copy? Michael, how are you copying me here? Anybody copy me? Okay, I just want to make sure. It's I'm not sure I was looking at the right thing here on what I was saying. Hold on. All right, we'll take check-ins then. Same way from the north. Please come now. Very good. David in Gallatin there. Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie. Who else is north? Oh, I heard somebody in there. Who is it? Michael, can you hear the other station? Okay, maybe I'm just hearing things. All right, anybody west, north or west? I already had 2 in there. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. That's Michael in Belshire. And then I had John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo, who is in Bellevue. Got you both in there. Good reason. A little lower on John, but I think your 6 meter was a little low last time as well. Not as strong as I'd like it would be, but you need that 4 element 6 meter. Would you put up something different for 6 meters?
Let's see. No, it should be about the same.
Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it's just my my memory's messed up. I don't keep a record. Maybe I should. I should look over and write down all the signal strengths for everybody. But conditions change, so I'm not sure that's all that important. Anyway, John from Bellevue, Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Who else is west or south? Anybody else west, south, or east? We're on 6 meters, west, south, or east, or anywhere. KM4HQE, that would be Stan in Lebanon. He's very good. Anybody else, north, south, east, or west? Please come in. We didn't include ships at sea, dirigibles, or aircraft, but anybody else willing to check in on there? We got a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people tonight on the 6 meter. Anybody else checking in? Please come down. Nothing heard. Well, we finished it up with Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. That was Stan in the Lemnon. We had John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo in Bellevue. We had Michael KM4, that's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Bellshire. We had David in Gallatin, Whiskey 4 Delta Tango Charlie, and myself, K4 PEW here in Mount Juliet, and closing out the net and finishing up for the night. Finished a little early. Everybody can go back to their, unless they want to stick around and chat on 6 meters, over on 2 meters. Family affairs. It's the first day. Well, it's the first day for many on the weekend, but I mean, it's a nice, we got all Saturday and Sunday, so it's going to be nice for many of us. Even though I'm retired, it's still nice because my wife is home. So anyway, well, yeah, appreciate everybody checking in on that. Have a great night. K4 PEW, and I'll talk to you over on FM if you still want to be there.